All right, welcome to the team call. It is October 28th. Oh my gosh, we should talk about like what everyone's going to be for Halloween, if anyone's going to have on a costume. It's Andrew's birthday on Halloween, so if you didn't know that, it explains a lot. So you can bomb him on Halloween and wish him a happy birthday. We finally updated his phone this past weekend, so his pictures are going to be looking so much better. Really excited about that. I had upgraded to the 11, and so Andrew, like, we were at Scottsdale, and I'm like, no, use my phone to take the photo because it's so much better. So it was like this whole thing. Anyway, that was crazy tangent. Might be because I've had 4 servings of Energize, but you guys are in for a treat tonight for sure. So we always kick off the call by celebrating other team members. So I would love for you to take a minute and unmute yourself and compliment or praise or celebrate somebody on the team who has inspired you, just for anything. It can be for anything. And I will wait.
Joy, I'll go. This is Andrea. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I want to celebrate one of my teammates, Wendy Framstead. So she just started her 2nd month as a Beachbody coach. She's a discount coach for now. I'm going to try to turn her. But she is rocking it. She is one of my very dearest friends from the teaching world. And she has been so super consistent with her shakes that she did the 24 pack at first thinking, we don't know, that she was like, send me more. I need more. So she learned how to alter her order and is like a Shakeology bandwagon jumper. So I'm very, very proud of her for her consistency.
I love it. You know, that's the whole reason, really. I mean, yes, I fell in love with the community and all that stuff, but Shakeology was a game changer. I was like, I have to figure out how to be able to afford this. And so I worked really hard to get it for free. I would love to recognize both Elizabeth and Katie for being on the Emerald and 24 call, so y'all can whoop whoop them and cheer them on to the goal for this Thursday. I challenged them. I'm like, it's only 2, and they both have names, so it's going to happen, people. So we can just make the graphics right now and get the stories all in order, and I'm really proud of you guys for getting on that call and stretching outside your comfort zone and setting a goal and going for it. That is a huge, huge thing. So crush it. It'll be super fun to celebrate you. Kelsey's on the line. Hi, sister. Okay, anyone else want to do a celebration? I'll wait. I'll wait. Nothing? Oh, come on, guys. Nothing from last night's sneak peek? I'm just going to wait. I don't have my video ready yet. Kelsey got a challenge pack? Wait, I don't have my video ready yet, but I got my sister-in-law to get bod and a challenge pack. Yay, Kelsey, good job. That's awesome. It's always, Andrew, you're muted. I could hear you say something. It's always good to help people that we love. Honestly, it feels awesome.
And she needs it. That's hilarious.
Heidi, I have screaming kids in the background. Yes, we get it. We have screaming dogs. Ashley's like, I do too. So this weekend, for those of you who don't know, we are going to be gathering up in Plano, Frisco area for some like girls weekend fun. We've got dry bar planned. We're going to go out to dinner. We've got a photographer coming. It's not too late to join us. You can totally do that last minute. And if you've got your registration in by the end of today, you get a free t-shirt. So
and you don't have to be a girl because I'm going to be crashing it after I do all the manly tailgating stuff.
Yes. Andrew, we had tickets to the UNT game. Andrew's going to come after. So if you can't make it this weekend, make plans to come in January, the next super super weekend. We're actually going to do like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday and kind of extend it out and make it even like bigger girls weekend out. So you can make plans for that, and you have the financial vehicle to get on a plane and get here and have a lot of fun with us. So I need to do a little announcements first, and then we're going to just jump on in. So let me just make sure. If you are a brand new coach, there's this area in your office called the Coach Breaking News. This has all of the important information that you need to take ownership over and be on top of. It's good to check this at least once a week. But Beat Your Best has been a promotion that we've been doing all October to just beat your best with Success Club and helping people. So hopefully you guys are running after that. This coming weekend is what we call Super Weekend. We do these once a quarter. That's it, just 4 times a year where we all gather together. We talk about all of the new things that are going to be going on. We do some training. We do a live workout. Here in Dallas, we will have Jericho leading a live workout. So that is super exciting. And like I said, we're doing like a little fun weekend getaway for those who want to come. So make sure you guys have your calendar set for, is it Fridays, November 1st, or is that, no, that's Saturday. Saturday is November 1st. And oh my gosh, peppermint mocha Shakeology. You guys, we got to taste this in Scottsdale, and it's delicious. Like, what? I did.
Saturday is November 2nd.
Oh, Friday is
November 3rd.
Again, you would think 4 servings of Energize would make you on top of your calendar game, but evidently not. So, and my joke game is super strong because y'all are laughing hysterically. I can see the blank faces staring right back at me. So, anyway, November 1st is Peppermint Mocha Shakeology. Yes, it is delicious. I think it's even better than the pumpkin spice. And pumpkin spice is really awesome, but I really think peppermint mocha was delicious. Okay, I'm trying to see if there's anything else super important here. Oh yeah, there is. There is a Summit ticket promotion. So Summit is our big annual conference. This is like your business event of the year. This is where you get all of your training that is going to help you take it to the next level. You want to be at Coach Summit. If you're a brand new coach and you achieve Success Club your first 3 months in a row, then you get a free ticket to Coach Summit. If you are a coach that you've been on the team, but you're out of the running for the free ticket, you guys, it is only $155 to get your ticket this month. So make sure that you do that and then put in the work to get there. Speaking of the work, who's doing 6 weeks of the work? Raise your hand. It is flipping amazing. I absolutely love this program. I hope you all will try it. Don't be too scared about it because honestly, it's really great. And I've modified a lot of it. So it's really okay. That it's not going to kill you. It's hard. It is very hard, but it's not impossible. If I can do it, you can totally do it too. All right. Let me get into the meat of our call. Tonight, we are going to talk about the power of team energy. And this is like something that really goes into team culture. So, it's interesting because we don't talk enough about team culture, I think. I think that, Andrew and I, if I were to say there are areas that we need to improve, it's probably on team culture and team vision and really helping paint a picture for where we are going together, because that is the power of what we have access to, is this beautiful team where together we really do achieve more. And we're going to talk about the power of that tonight. But team culture is a really interesting thing for you to think through, honestly, as you build your own teams, because, some people think, well, you have to have a big team in order to have team culture, and that's just not true. I mean, I'm sure when Starbucks, came on the scene, they didn't wait until they had, 100 gazillion stores to think through team culture. No, they wanted to think through that experience from the very beginning. And so tonight we're going to be talking about an element of our team culture, and that is this idea that there is so much power in the collective energy of the team. When we come together, everything gets better. And I really want to just drill down on that for you tonight and what that looks and feels like. So a lot of what I'm going to be talking to you tonight was information given to me by Josh Coates, who is an incredible push coach in this business. And I worked with him all last year, and he really helped me kind of like remove some limiting beliefs and kind of take things myself to another level. And so I really feel like this is such important information. But he talked about the law of energy. And basically the law of energy is like when when energy is on our side, we outperform even the statistics. And when energy is not on our side, sometimes you perform below statistics or below the norm. And you probably have all felt that at some point in, you know, your day to day with this business, that if you don't have that fire in your eyes, like you got to figure some way to create the energy to basically like show up in the space, right? We've all kind of seen those posts from other coaches, you know, probably not you, but like you've seen enough at this point on social media where if somebody doesn't have that fire in their eyes, if they show up with zero energy, you're like, womp womp, like no one's going to engage with what it is that you have to say or what you're doing. If you show up with the fire in your eyes and that energy, and you know that when you see it, you can tell in someone's photo, right? It's not just the tone of voice, but it is in the smile on your face and the light in your eyes. And when you show up with that kind of energy, you get typically a ton of engagement. And some people you can just tell when their energy is off because you don't see the fire. Like the smile doesn't seem electric, right? So, you know, what we are talking about is like that kind of energy, right? When I'm full of energy, I have the ability to attract things and success beyond what the statistics should say. You know, like statistics typically say that you should be, you know, getting some kind of next step 1 out of every 10 invites. Now, that might not happen immediately. We've all experienced that, right? Like I have had people where I have invited them for literally 3 years before they finally take a next step. But if you were to probably calculate it all out, maybe 1 out of 10 is either going to take a next step with just BOD or a challenge pack or whatever over time, if you were to look at the collective level of success. But if you are out there giving a ton of free value, a ton of energy, then you're probably going to have better ratios, right? If you're hosting free groups, if you're giving away our menus that we give to you guys every week and you're sending those out to your customers and your coaches, like you are going to have better results. If you are pouring into your people and giving way more than you ever would expect to receive, you're probably going to have better ratios because you're giving so much. And the law of reciprocity just kind of says like, hey, that's going to boomerang back to you at some point. So you guys should know, like I obviously have proven time and time again through all of our team calls that I am not the best public speaker. In fact, our Emerald and 24 call, I think I was talking so fast that I was like jumbling words together. And so I am not the best public speaker. In fact, speaking in public kind of like stresses me out if I'm really honest. And I'm asked to do it as a member of like the Dallas Market Council. Like sometimes I have to get up and do the recognition or whatever. And that, while fun to do the recognition, also kind of like creates a level of anxiety. But what I have learned to do is how to get myself pumped up with energy, how to kind of create that energy so that it doesn't really matter, like whether I say all the perfect words or have, as Andrew knows, I can't do an analogy to save my life. And so none of that matters. Look at his face. None of that matters because you know, it might be 4 doses of Energize. You just never know. But I've learned how to create the energy to get myself pumped up, which has then kind of created like those better results, right? But here's what you have to know. Team energy. Team energy has the ability to compound or multiply your personal energy. Jim Rohn says, we are the average of the 5 people that we spend the most time with. So let me ask you, are the people that you're spending the most time with, do they have that level of energy and positivity that you are trying to create in your business? Or are they kind of like a womp womp, what we would call an energy vampire, you know, somebody who is just a Debbie Downer, who always has excuses, who's always just got those limiting beliefs that are holding them back. You see, when you show up here on this team with other like-minded positive people, that compounds your spark in ways that you can't even fathom, because we all have this synergy working together. So instead of you just shining your one light, right? Now you have a whole team collectively shining their energy lights. And that is going to ultimately get you more results than if you work independent on your own. So like, I want you to think about like some of the authors or audibles that maybe you've listened to in the past that have just fired you up. So for me, it's like Grant Cardone with the 10X rule, Dave Ramsey. Oh my gosh, if you haven't listened to the Audible of Total Money Makeover, it will light your soul on fire. I was like, Andrew, we have to change everything. Like when I hear someone like Grant Cardone or Dave Ramsey or David Goggins, you know, Can't Hurt Me, I leave that Audible moment listening to their voice changed. My energy is up. I am on fire and I am ready to just take on the world, right? And so what happened is that in that moment, I caught a piece of their energy. And that's what happens to you too. You catch a piece of the energy that you're bringing into your mindset. And it goes with you into the next post or your next live or the next whatever task you have to take. So it's really, really important. I cannot even stress it enough, because the right kind of energy overcomes a multitude of like shortcomings, right? Like I don't have to be the best speaker in the world. I just have to know how to be enthusiastic, how to create the energy and how to bring that into the environment. So this is how team energy works. When we get into a group of people who are working together toward a common goal, you're no longer manufacturing your own energy. I don't know if you guys have ever been like working on stuff for this business and you're kind of like on your own island and you just feel zapped, right? Because you feel like you're all alone. I will tell you, like the power hours, I'm going to continue to host those because it feels different to like get on a live call and bust out the things that you need to do, but you're not alone. You're doing it together. And that just feels like there's a different kind of energy than when I'm trying to force myself to stay focused. And when I'm forcing myself to just like take the action when I don't feel like it, I'm telling you, like it changes the way that you show up, because you're no longer having to figure out how to manufacture the energy and the focus and all the things on your own. You're with a team. So you are compounding it. I don't know why it says no there, but you are compounding it with all of the wins of every person on the team. That's how team energy works. When we work together as a team, when y'all should know this, like we all have similar struggles. We all have days where we feel like it's just hard. We all have days where we feel like we took 2 steps back. We all have the same kind of struggles with confidence and consistency. Like those are universal struggles. But here's the beautiful thing about our team, you guys, we all have different strengths. So when we work together toward common goals as a team and we come together and have similar struggles and we share that, not just to vent, but to like actually try and do something about it, then the power of the team comes in and someone else can come in and help them out in a way that they might not have ever thought about it, right? Because like their strengths come in and help you get over whatever struggle has been holding you back. It creates a beautiful community where we are all helping each other win. Y'all, there's purpose to those Triller Fridays. I know they're fun, and I know when I first did my first Triller Friday, I was actually tagged by Jamie and Kim Fitzpatrick, which if you didn't read our post today, Jamie had a heart attack yesterday. He's doing well and is in stable condition, but you guys can pray for him because he had to have a stent. He was put in a medically induced coma. And the Fitzpatricks mean a lot to us. They are incredible friends of ours in this business. And they were the ones who instigated this whole Triller Friday thing. They tagged me in a post, which meant I had to do a Triller Friday or whatever back to them. But there's power in that. And we were talking with them about this in Scottsdale and in previous thread conversations with them. Like there's power in showing the energy collectively of a team. When you tag, like when you share like my Triller and someone else on our team's Triller, like You guys have to have an abundant mindset and just know you are not giving away a lead to someone else. What you are showing is that you are a part of a team, and you are showing that powerful collective energy that happens when we all are working together and having fun. Because guess what? Exercise isn't always fun, and people want to have fun, right? So can you imagine if you show people that having like a lifestyle where you're working out all the time and you're eating healthy is like simple and fun? Like, that's unstoppable. But so often we just get in our ruts, right? We just show our sweaty selfie, or we show our workout video, and we're not showing the collective fun of the community. We're not compounding our energy. And that's where I really want to challenge us all, is to just embrace the fact that when you lean in, even if you feel silly, I felt silly, I totally still feel silly, I don't care. Here's the beautiful thing. The more you do it, the more you don't care, because it is authentically who you are. It allows you to show up in a way where you don't have to hide yourself. You can just have fun and show people that side of you. It's attractive. So it's hard when you feel like you're doing something alone. Have you guys ever felt in this business that you are just working alone? Like no one else is doing anything? It's just you. And you're like, what the heck? Like, this feels so stinking hard and not fun, by the way, when you feel like you're doing something alone. It's not as fun. But here's the thing. When you work as a team, like one win from anyone on our team creates that energy and confidence for everyone. Because when Andrea goes diamond, that tells someone else on our team, I can do it too. Somebody has to go first. When Elizabeth goes emerald on Thursday, claiming that for you, sister. When Elizabeth goes emerald on Thursday, you know what that does? It shows someone else on our team who reads her story. If Elizabeth can do it, I can do it too. That creates energy, confidence, and freaking chill bumps all up and down my arms. Do you guys see that? We have to be better at compounding the energy. But some of you signed up for this experience because you wanted the community. And this is going to be really, really a hard truth, but I really want you to think about it. But when it comes to this business, you use the community against yourself. Okay? This is so hard, you guys, because we all long for it, but sometimes when someone else is winning on the team, suddenly we think, well, if they do it, then like there's no way I could do what they did. Like some of you are kind of doing the reverse. Instead of using the wins of the team to fuel you into your next step, you're using the wins of the team to hold you back, which is not the point of the team at all. The point of the team is to help you reach your full potential. You absolutely belong here. You absolutely belong here. Here's the thing about team goals, you guys. They bring each individual to their highest level of performance. It requires us all to raise the bar. Why? Because team goals can't be met just by our own individual effort. When we become a 4-time elite team this year, guess what? That is going to require us all to be committed and to have like faith, to rise up, to release limiting beliefs and replace them with positive affirmations. Like, it requires us all to reach our highest level of performance because we're all in together. When you guys are part of our team goals, like, we're in it with you. We're working just as hard. We're in the freaking trenches with you. This is not like, no one just gets to sit back when you have team goals and you are part of something amazing. Do you know what that feels like when you get to summit and you get to have that moment where you're like, our team freaking rocks. Our team accomplished something that rarely anyone else does. That is what we have before us in the last few months of the year. I want you to imagine right now that you are on a football team. I'm horrible at sports analogies. I wish I would have just like asked Andrew to take over this analogy because he would do it so much better since he played football and I didn't. But let's say, like, I want you to imagine you're on a football team and you have a star player on your team. And this player Andrew's like, what is she about to do? She's trying an analogy. Like all the alarms started going off in his head and he came back to the video. So this player has the ability to level up your entire team. Like, when this star player brings it, like game over. Everybody better watch out, right? And you're in the middle of this game. And the team that you're playing is bigger, better, is outperforming you. And like, you guys are like, what the heck is going on? And at halftime, your star player comes out on the field and brings it. Like, just like the chill bump moment, right? Like, runs in the touchdown. Like, I don't even know all the things. Andrew's like, this is where it goes off the rails. But the star player shows up and turns the game around because their level of play is like at their peak performance. What does that do for you when the star player comes out and starts living up to their full performance and your team is starting to win? Does that boost your confidence as a member of the team? Flippin' A, yes it does. When you have a star player rise up and perform to their peak level, that inspires the entire team to bring it even more because they know that their leader has just stepped up and has paved a way for them to be great too. It's so powerful, you guys. But here's the thing. Some of you are thinking of this business as like a track race versus a football team. Like if you really think about it in school, when there's like a track meet team, I mean, yeah, sure, they're a team and stuff, and I don't know how all that works, but really they're just running a solo race. I mean, Tyler does that a lot in swim. They're all trying to beat their like own personal best times, but like only the very few are actually competing for like a place, you know what I mean, in their in their swim time. Well, there are only 3 people who get like first, second, and third, and the rest, they're just out to beat their personal best. And that's kind of like a track race team, right? Like everyone's just kind of running their own race. It's not like a team effort. There's no formations. No one has to rely on anyone else. You just have to like bring it for yourself. There's something very different about running something like for track and being on a football team, right? It's different. It's a different level of energy. And this business is a football team. It's not a track race. I know sometimes because we're all doing this in the mom cracks and dad cracks of our day, that sometimes it feels like a track race because we're all alone. We're just running. We're conditioning. We're just doing our training every single day. But y'all never lose sight of the fact that you are an important player on the team. So the track race leaves you exhausted, right? Insecure, isolated, like that kind of mentality. That's where that takes you. It's using the team and community against you instead of for you. And that's really important because this is not supposed to be an experience that leaves you exhausted, insecure, and isolated. This is an experience that should bring out the very best in you. So instead of asking, like, do I belong? Because yes, you belong. Oh my gosh, you belong. Start asking, what position can I play? What position am I meant to play? Where can I contribute as a member of this team? Because I promise you, there is a position for you. You might, be someone who needs to be a strong emerald in order to help their coach achieve diamond rank, in order to help our whole team achieve elite. Like, you'd have no idea, like, the ripple effect that the smallest of steps can have for our entire team. There is no small role here. Everyone plays a significant role on the team. So you have to, decide, like, what role can I play? And then you have to decide, I want it. I want it bad enough to do what it takes. Like your why, that podcast, I've been throwing around the Hard Why podcast in this past week, you guys, like that is everything. If you haven't listened to it at least like once or twice, like please do it again, because that I truly believe is the one thing that holds people back the most, is that they don't have a hard why, they have a soft why. And their soft why is something like, oh, I'd really love for this business to work out so that like I really only had to work like 3 days a week. I mean, that would be ideal. So I could go travel all the time and like I barely would have to work. And that's the kind of lifestyle I'd love to have. And so they're excited about what this business could do as far as like giving them time freedom. But here's the problem with a soft why like that. It's not that it's not good. It's always, I mean, any why is good, but the amount of work it's going to take for you to achieve that is incongruent with your why. And so oftentimes you are going to self-sabotage. Why? Because your goal is not to work hard. And so you have to decide, like, what is that hard why? What would make you run into the burning building? You know, if your goal is to help people, your why is to help people, then the idea of not helping people should bring you to tears. Like yesterday, when the Fitzpatricks were going through Jamie's heart attack, I was like, how many more people can we help? You know why? Because it took us emotionally back to the time when Andrew had his atrial flutter episode and he almost died, and we had a care flight incident, and I was greeted by a chaplain. And I cannot help people fast enough. I tell people every single day, I will invite you until you die. It is like church. I keep inviting you until you say yes. I tell them that every day. I make fun of it, but that's how I feel. Like, I feel that they need what we have to offer because I needed it. Andrew needed it. We know so many people who do. So it's okay to have a why like helping people, but you better have that burning desire that people actually matter, right? Decide that you want it bad enough to do what it takes. Here's the thing. We all struggle. Like, if you're on this call and you feel like you're in a ditch, let me tell you, you are not the only one struggling. We are all waking up every single day, learning how to put one pant, like, sorry, I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. It never works. We're all waking up every single day trying to learn how to put our pants on one leg at a time. You do not have to figure this out alone. And you need to stop allowing yourself to be alone, because the purpose of this team is to bring us all together and to achieve things that we never thought were possible in our own strength, because we have the collective power of the energy of the team on our side. When you show up for the team, it brings out the best in your leaders. And I put our picture here, but like, I know there are coaches on this call who have other leaders who are their sponsor coaches. So like, when you show up in the way that contributes to the team and you are a team player and you play your position well, it brings out the best, not only in us, but like in other leaders on our team, in Heidi, in Andrea, right? Like, you guys have no idea how bright they will shine just because you took a first step of faith. How does it feel when you have a challenger or somebody on your team or whatever? Like, let's talk about challengers for a second. How does it feel when you are so excited about helping someone with their health, right? They have these goals, they tell them to you, but they aren't drinking their shake. Like, you call them a week later, like, nah, no, I didn't open the bag. How does that feel? Like, you're like, why aren't you doing what I tell you to do? Like, why aren't you taking that step? Why are you sabotaging yourself? Like, it feels frustrating, right? How do you think it feels for your leaders when they're like, why aren't you taking a next step and living up to your full potential? Like, I see the greatness in you and I believe in you. Like, it feels frustrating because, like, y'all, the leaders who have been on this team for a while know if a grandma and a moo-moo can walk across the stage as a 5-star diamond, so can you. You are not the only coach in the universe who cannot be successful in this business. There are far too many people who are far less gifted and talented doing exactly what you want to do. And the only difference is they have the faith to step out and take action, and they leaned into the collective energy of a team. That's it. That's all that's different. You know, so many of you come to us and you say, this could be the opportunity that could literally change my life. I could have, you know, a new legacy of financial freedom for my kid. I could put my kids in college debt free, or we could pay off the mortgage on our house, or we could get out of our own financial debt, or like, I could create the opportunity that I have never really had in my professional career, or I could build the kind of community that I longed for growing up, right? Like, every single one of you have come to us at one point or another in time, and you've shared with us your dreams and your vision for where you want your life to go. Remember why that is fueling you to do what we do. We are in the home stretch of this year, and we have some big team goals. And this part is really vulnerable for me to share. Like, I don't know if I've actually really gotten this vulnerable with y'all before, but it is really difficult. The first year in this business, we started mid-year. It was like July. We ended the year as a diamond coach. It was great. Second year, we ended the year four-star premier coach. By January, so like December 31st, 4-star premier. Woo! By January, when NLC rolled around, we had rolled back to 1-star because of the way that our organization had like been structured or whatever. And I was so wrecked. I was wrecked because coaches who had shared with me their dreams and goals just kind of faded away. They faded out. And you guys, because of my background, it takes a lot for me to trust people. I grew up in a single parent home with an absentee father. And so I didn't really have a whole lot of people showing up for me on a regular basis. And so it takes a lot of trust and a lot of like vulnerability for me to say, I need you, because I don't want to put myself, like, I want to do it all myself, if that makes any sense. Like, that's my one, like, of several Achilles heels as a leader, is that I want to just be able to muscle my way through it and do it all myself and not disappoint anyone, and just serve y'all and not need anything from y'all. But we need you guys in this last few months. So we're in the home stretch of this year, and those who are willing to like run after these goals, we want to like work directly with you. And it's going to require a few things. Okay. So these are the things that you have to be willing to do if you want to work directly with us. You have to be willing to track your business activity. There's no way that we can help you if we don't know what you're doing. And some of you are going to hate that part. I did. Some of you are going to hate the fact that you have to track your activity. But the truth of the matter is, like, if you don't have a feedback loop, we cannot know how to help you overcome whatever's holding you back. If you're doing all of the activity, then it might be something else, like a limiting belief or a lack of energy, or it could be the way that maybe you're just phrasing something that needs a fine tuning or something. The tracking is so important. If you're not using the business activity tracker or a version thereof, like, it is nearly impossible to mentor you because we are flying blind. You have to be willing to be humble enough to show your work. Like back in school, right? Like when you took a math test, you couldn't just know the answer. You had to show your work. And that's true in this business as well. Access to our mentoring is earned, meaning, and it's not because we feel like we're all that in bag of chips, it's really not. But it's because, like, have you ever been wrestling with, like, Andrew probably relates to this a lot. So, Andrew can dominate the wrestling game with one of our sons. But when like the two of them tackle him and kind of team up on him, then it's a little bit more challenging. I'm pretty much sure that if he had like a gang of 10 kids hanging on his body, he'd be taken down. He physically cannot drag people forward, right? Just like we can't drag coaches forward. We can't carry you all by ourselves. We're asking you to carry your own weight. And we're calling you up to a higher level. So that means, yes, to work with us, Success Club 5, like that's it. It's a minimum, right? Like you've got to be willing to meet the minimum effort. And if Success Club is hard or you don't like Success Club, we can talk about a volume goal for you then that is equal to Success Club 5. It doesn't have to be Success Club, but there has to be something that you bring to the table so that you're pulling your own weight. Because again, this is a team thing, right? I can't do it all for you. Neither can any of the other leaders on the team. And then accountability. And accountability is so huge. And as health and fitness coaches, y'all should really believe in the power of accountability, because like when I got in that accountability group the first time, my commitment level went like, woo, through the roof. You have to show up though with an open heart and be willing to be coached. It's so easy in this business to show up with your guard up because there's no skin in the game. Like you don't have to pay for any of the mentoring or any of the training. It's all free. Like you can step away from it at any time. And so there's this law of familiarity, right? The closer you are to someone, the more time that we spend together relationally, the more you kind of take that for granted, unless you want to hear what they have to say. Which is why like things like all of the events that we promote and summit are such a big game changer, because guess what? That leader up on stage is going to say exactly what we're saying, but in a different way. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, so-and-so said this. And we're going to be like, yeah, I know, like we said that 10 million times, you know, over the course of the last 5 years, but I'm glad you finally heard it. That's why events are so powerful, is because you get to hear it from a different perspective. And that's beautiful, right? But in the mentoring of our team, you have to bring your guard down. You have to be willing to release the excuses. Like, I do care that life hits the fan. It happens to all of us. But if you wouldn't call in sick for work, why would you call in sick for your business, right? Like, we have a different level of expectation just because it's our business. And actually, we should have a higher level of expectation because it's our business, because this is the vehicle that was going to give us all the dreams and the goals and the financial freedom that we all said was so freaking important to us, right? Why is it the thing that gets to be put like on the back burner? Why? It shouldn't be. So if you work with us, like, we're going to hold you to a higher standard. No excuses. Yes, things happen. Take a day. Don't take a break. There's a difference. And you have to understand as an entrepreneur the difference of taking a day to refuel versus taking a break and sabotaging your goals and your momentum and your energy, because it's really hard to manufacture energy after you take a break. You know what I'm saying? But if you take a day and you lean into the people who have actually been through similar experiences and you ask them like, hey, how do you keep going? We'll share, we'll help you. Like, we're going to cry with you, but then we're going to tell you to put on your big girl pants and get back to work, because that's what we're called to do. We're not called to stay in the fetal position. We can't help anyone there. All that stuff comes up because the pressure is on in a team goal, right? And subconsciously, you know that you have an opportunity to change your life forever. And there's everything inside of you that wants to resist that. And it's called the amygdala. It's called your lizard brain. And your lizard brain, if you guys would just grasp this one concept, I swear to you, you will never let it control you again. But you actually have a part of your brain that is responsible to keep you safe and comfortable. So the moment that you set goals, or you say, yes, I'll be a part of that team goal. Yes, I will be that key player. Yes, I'm going to help. What can I do to serve? The moment you do that, your amygdala is like, could you just sit on the couch and watch Netflix? Like, your amygdala doesn't want you to do anything different. Your amygdala doesn't want you to do anything new. It doesn't want you to achieve anything great. It wants you to sit on the couch and eat popcorn and watch Netflix. And that is what your amygdala is designed to do. Oh, and reproduce, like that too. Like, it's fight or flight. It's for survival and reproduction. And so, yes, of course, your brain is going to start playing all these mind tricks on you, but you can overcome it. This is such a powerful quote. If there was one thing you would write down from tonight, I would beg of you to write this down and put it up on your mirror so that it reminds you. And here's the quote, and I know it's one of Heidi's favorites. Our limiting beliefs are constantly looking for a story to justify our fears and excuses. I will say that again. Our limiting beliefs are constantly looking for a story to justify our fears and excuses. Meaning, if you have some limiting belief that you're never going to find a business builder in your business, or you're never going to achieve the goal subconsciously, let's say that's your limiting belief, is that you're like, everyone else is going to be successful but me. You are constantly looking for a story to justify the truth in that. It might be the kind of people you are talking to, or the way that you are leading, or the long breaks that you take every month that then sabotage your momentum. But your limiting beliefs are always looking for that justification to say, aha, I told you so. I told you never would reach the goal. I told you would never find that person who would want to run with you and link arms with you. I told you you would never reach the goal. Y'all, it's just a matter of mindset, because none of it is true. It's you creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. which is crazy, right? Andrew and I, we are never going to give you permission to quit. And some of you brand new coaches are like, what? We're never going to give you permission to quit on your best life, on the goals that you've communicated with us, right? Like, we are here to serve you, to help you reach your dreams and goals. I don't care if that's like, oh, I just want to get free Shakeology. That's awesome. I'm not going to ever give you permission to quit until you reach that goal. I don't care how big, how small, how long, how wide. I don't care how long you've been on the team or how new you are. I'm never going to give you permission to quit. Why would you quit? This business helps you be in the best shape of your life. It helps you change your thinking to be a more positive person. It helps with faith development, with mindset, with community. You helping people. Like, why would you ever want to quit that? The only reason why you would ever want to quit that is if you aren't a part of the community. You're not playing your role on the team. You are isolating yourself and you don't feel like you belong. That's the only reason why you would feel like you would even want to quit, is because you've been withholding yourself from being a part of this amazing team, and you belong here. You guys, you get one life, and you have the opportunity to change future generations with your faithfulness today. It's such a powerful thing, and it's something that I just don't think we take seriously enough. So yeah, your limiting beliefs these last few months, they're going to come after you. When you don't want to grow and change, your fears and excuses, they're going to show up. Oh, this is really powerful. So like, your fears and excuses don't show up when you do not have any goals, because they don't need to. In other words, like, if you aren't going for anything big in your life, your limiting beliefs are like, I'm good. I don't need to show up and bug you right now. Like, you're not going after anything big and scary, so we're good. Just keep eating your popcorn and watching Netflix. But when you say, I'm going for it, like, every single mental demon is going to show up and say, nope, you can't do that. You're never going to be successful. So you need someone to tell you on a daily basis, I believe in you. And that is the power of this team. What happens when you don't show up to the team call, or you don't show up to the mentoring, or you don't show up on the team page? You don't hear the words. You don't hear the most important words of your entire life, which is, we believe in you. You, every single one of you, we believe in the greatness inside of you. So if you isolate yourself, you guys are never going to hear that. So ask for help, not to whine, not to just like complain about how crazy like life is, because we all got crazy, not to complain about how busy life is. We all are busy. Ask for help, not to whine, but ask for help so that we can fix and come up with solutions together. That's the collective energy part of the team, is that together with our positive focus, we can come up with solutions, like real solutions to these problems, so that you can reach your goals, your vision for your life. Here's your homework. Take a picture of it, because I'm gonna make you post it on our team page. Our homework, there are 4 questions that I want you to answer, and I want you to like step out on faith, and I want you to post them on the team page. When you do so, that is going to help other people have the confidence to post their answers as well. Why are you here? Like, what is the vision for your life? I want you to share your why. Okay. The second question is, where do you want to be at the end of this year? What are those goals? And like, what are you aspiring to achieve by December 31st? Third question, what do you need from us to help you get there? For real. Like, Andrew and I would storm the gates of hell with a squirt gun to help you achieve your goals. We can't do it for you, but we can tell you every single day that we believe in you, and we can help you overcome any obstacle. The fourth question is, what are you willing to contribute toward the team as far as energy, culture, momentum? Are you willing to be that next emerald on our team? Are you willing to be an active coach so that like the organization is stronger? Are you willing to commit to just maintaining your active status from now until the end of the year? Can you level up and really go for diamond? Yes, you can. I've got a list of people I'm going to call out in just a minute. What are you willing to contribute to the energy, culture, momentum of this team, because I promise you, this team is going to give it back to you tenfold. Promise. That's what we do. I have a few names to call out. And if your name's not on here, that does not mean anything other than you just got to tell me you want it. So our future Diamond leaders going into 2020, these are the names that I've written down, that I write down every single day, because I believe in you guys. And I know you can get there like next week. Like if you just make the decision, you can get there next week. Tanya McCoon, Andrea Benning, Susan Ackerman, who has been a rock star Diamond this year. Thank you so much. Michelle Rasmussen, who has been amazing despite a lot of stuff going on. Michelle Drysdale, I know you can totally get back there by the end of the year. Heidi, Janelle, Donna, Sue, these are all at least double emeralds or extremely close to regaining diamond rank. And y'all can be there. Success starters, y'all are super important to our team. Like, you have no idea how important success starters are. Not only just for your business, because I mean, hello, that's going to give you the momentum to be a diamond leader, but like you get a free ticket to Summit. You're going to be celebrated all year long. It's a freaking big deal for you, but it's also a big deal for the team. And so I need you to believe that you can achieve Success Club for your first 3 months. Kelsey Ford, Janelle Moulton, MJ Martinez, Katie Burt, Michaela Jerry. I know you all can do it, and I believe in you. I know there are other names that need to be on this list that just haven't told me that they want to be a player on the team. And you know what? You belong here, and I want to help you achieve your goals. Okay? Here's our homework. Andrew and we are here to set people free. That is my passion for this team, is for y'all to stop holding back and for you guys to start running towards your full potential. Y'all, we have been underperforming. And I don't say that to make any of us feel bad. I just say that because we see so much untapped potential in each and every one of you. And we know that the future star diamonds and 5-star diamonds and elite coaches and premier coaches, they are on this call. You just have to believe it and lean into the collective energy of this team and trust the process. So by the year end, if everyone steps up and plays their role on this amazing team, we will be a four-time elite, which is an unreal goal, 4-time elite, 9-star, 2-star team. I can't even tell you what that would mean to me personally. I can't even tell you what it would mean to me personally to see you all be celebrated in that way at the end of the year. We need to trust you to do your part. And for Andrew and I, we're willing to give everything we have to help you reach your goals and to lead this team into the best year ever in 2020. We've worked really hard over the last 5 years in preparation for where we are right now with this team. And there's nobody I'd rather have on my A-list than you guys. So, I didn't mean to get that emotional, but that's where we're at. Anybody have any questions or thoughts they want to share before we get off?
I do.
Go.
You good with me? Okay. Because she has no idea what I'm going to say. I'm going to go completely off script, and she's going to be like, what the hell are you doing? I did it just for that face right there. Here's the thing. An hour ago, this same call was happening for Crush Nation, which is Jamie and Kim's organization. And I was actually messaging back and forth with a bunch of the leaders on that team. Yes, that is how much of a stalker I am. I have relationships with most of the leaders on that team. And I was telling him to do something very specific because I know that, you know, I've been where Jamie's at right now. And I cannot even express to you how much better it is to experience that from Jamie's point of view than every other point of view. Like when you're the person going through it, it's so much easier to deal with long-term. I didn't realize that until the last 24 hours. But my whole point of this is Kim has 2 incredibly gigantic goals right now. and I'll share them with you. Her two goals are she wants to go 15-star and she wants to be top 10 in the network. Those coaches right now are focused on how do we make that happen? How do we make that happen by doing what my part is within that? I can tell you, Joy and I did not talk about the goals that she just put. I mean, we talked about the goals, but we never actually said these were the two numbers that were going to be in play, et cetera. So those numbers that you just saw, that was the first time I just truly saw those in writing. And I can tell you, once we put something in writing, it's go time. It's time to get after it. It's time to make it happen. And it is time to go. And here's the whole thing. We are legitimately not promised tomorrow. There is nothing that says that we get to wake up tomorrow. And I have gotten soft in my understanding and realization of that from 7 years ago and from 5 years ago. And it's way too easy for those of you who've read The Slight Edge to not do the little things. The little things are what make the hard things happen. Thank you, Obi. That is where you've got to reach in. This is not rocket science. This is not moving, it's not building the pyramids. It's not all those other things. And we can make that out to be so much more in our heads than it actually is. And maybe I'm just preaching to myself at this moment, but it is just focusing on, okay, no matter what, my family deserves the future that they deserve. So therefore, I am going to do the little things that are going to make that happen. And in my world, that is 10 invites a day and 10 follow-ups a day and a post on social media and hitting in all of my groups and feeding the funnel. Those are the kind of things that it's that activity tracker. And that activity tracker, it is the core of what we do. So it may seem like the end of the year is like really, really close, but guess what? We have another release before the end of the year. And that's what next week is going to be all about. Next week is going to be all about how do we take advantage of the BAR program and a new product release, and how do we really maximize releases? As a group, as an organization, I'll tell you, we're kind of meh at really taking care of, and really taking advantage of releases.
We're going to get good.
Dude, if nothing else, I'm going to give you all so much good publicity shots that you can use of an idiot trying to do a bar routine that I'm going to share with everybody.
It's actually so
going to install a bar in our workout room upstairs.
Andrew didn't get to do that workout in Scottsdale because he had to leave early, but it is a booty kick in a different way. It was so amazing. Bar Blend is awesome. And yes, we're going to have,
December 3rd and December 16th.
But we'll get into that.
You and Bill up. We should sign you and Bill up, Andrew. Y'all should do a promo video.
We should get all.
I'm in for the publicity.
So all that to say, I want to respect your time. It's 9:00, so I want to send you back to your families, but we love you and believe in you. And I want you to lean in. I want you to fight for it. And let's do something freaking amazing together at the end of this year. Let's blow the roof off of this thing and leave nothing left on the field and feel amazing about how we are creating momentum going into 2020. I want to see some coaches walk the dang stage at Summit. Gah! So let's do what we got to do now in order to make that happen, okay? So, everybody good? All right. Love you guys. Make it a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.